Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy February. I can't believe that it's already like the second month in 2018. Feel like this year is just gonna fly by. Planning a wedding, it's just gonna go. So it's monthly favorites time and I'm sharing some of my favorite things from the month of January. I have my little paper here, so if I'm looking down, that's what I'm looking at. So I'm gonna share some of my favorite things from the month of January, from entertainment, beauty, clothing, and some recipes with you. So without further ado, let's get started. So first category is entertainment. If you read my goals for 2018 blog post, which I'll link below, I would like to read at least one book a month. I think I said I want to read 13 books in 2018. Just trying to go easy on myself. Normally I would probably set a higher goal than that, but one book a month I think is pretty good. So this month's book was Truly Madly Guilty by Leanne Moriarty. I have read Big Little Lies by her, so I really liked that, so I was like, I want to read everything that she's written. So I got this for Christmas and finished it in January, so it's like 500 and something pages. Like, it's a pretty hefty book. I really liked it. I think Big Little Lies I liked a bit more because it was kind of set up differently. Big Little Lies is like something happens right at the beginning and you spend, like, someone dies, which isn't really, like, you find that out right away. So you find that out and then the whole book is trying to figure out, like, who. And then this one is something happens and you spend like half the book trying to figure out what happened. And then, like, it kind of reveals itself. So I did enjoy it. I find with her books that I, like, fly through them and it doesn't feel like I'm reading a ton, but then all of a sudden I've gone through, like, this much of the book and I'm like, what has even happened? Not that that's, like, a bad thing. I think it means her books are really good and they, like, hook you right away, so. But I definitely enjoyed that, and I Google, if I really like a book, I Google to see if it's, like, gonna be a movie or a TV show or something. And Reese Witherspoon and Nicole Kidman, who are in the TV show version of Big Little Lies, have bought the rights, I believe, for the movie version of this. So when that comes to fruition, whenever, I will definitely check that out. The second thing is a new TV show that I started watching. And I feel like I'm a creature of habit when it comes to TV shows, that I watch the same thing. Like, I have the shows I like, so I watch them when they're on TV, like Grey's Anatomy, Will and Grace, like Survivor. I'm always watching that. But the new show that I'm watching is, I don't know if it's the 911 or just 911, but it's with Connie Britton and Peter Krause and I can't remember the other woman's name. But it's kind of like, it kind of gives me like Final Destination vibes. Like, it will set up so it'll be like a scene and something's gonna happen but you don't know what, and then whatever it is happens, and then you hear the 911 call and you hear, like, Connie Britton plays like a 911 dispatcher, so you hear sometimes her get the call and then you see them resolve it. So it's really interesting, and from what I've heard, it's fairly realistic, like real to what people with those jobs go through. Some of the things are a little unrealistic, but I feel like it delves a lot deeper, like, into their lives and stuff, which I really like, and it's actually already got picked up for season 2. So I've definitely been enjoying that, and, like, I love Peter Krause. He was Adam on Parenthood, so, like, of course I'm gonna watch it. Next, this is like a long time favorite that I can't believe I've never talked about, but I was looking for music on my phone one day and I have this soundtrack on my phone and I was like, oh man, I want to watch it. And so I watched it that weekend, but it's Dr. Horrible's sing-along blog. So if you've never heard of it, I actually watched it in school, in my English class, and I was like, what is this? But at the same time I was like, I love this. So it has Neil Patrick Harris, Ethan Fillion, and Felicia Day. It's by Joss Whedon. It's like 45 minutes, I think. It was, yeah, 42 minutes. It was like a web movie, like they released it online for free. I don't even know what year, 2008. So a while ago, 10 years ago, holy moly. Okay, But it's really, really good, and I love the music, and I love Neil Patrick Harris. Like, I think this is what made me love Neil Patrick Harris, like, so much. So definitely check that out if you've never seen it. It's just really good. And the last thing in entertainment I saw in, not the last, well, the last week of January, Jumanji: Welcome to the Jungle. I didn't know what I was gonna think of this movie because I grew up with the original, so I was like, why are they doing a sequel but not a sequel, and why is it a video game? But I actually think it stands really nicely, like, beside the original. Like, it's not trying to be the original. It kind of follows the same story, but I really like how they incorporated, like, it being a video game. Plus Neil Patrick Harris, no, Nick Jonas is in it, so I was like, I'm fine, I'm good. But it was really funny. I didn't feel like I was bored or the story dragged or anything like that. I would definitely recommend it, especially if you're a kid that grew up with the original. Like, give it a try. Be open to it, because I think it sits nicely beside it. Like, it doesn't replace the original, but I think it's a good, like, counterpart. Okay, next is beauty, which I'm just going to bend down and get the things to hold up for you. Okay, first thing, I've talked about this before. I have, like, the bumps on my arms. It's like KP something. I'll put it in here. But I find using a, like, scrub in the shower helps to keep the bumps under control and helps to, like, get rid of them. So I've been using the Wild Cherry body scrub from the Body Shop. The Wild Cherry scent has been discontinued for a very long time, so this is old but still does the trick. But basically any scent would be the same idea. It's just like a really nice thick scrub, has lots of scrubbies, does a good job. The one that I was using, it was in a favorites from a few months ago that I got in a FabFitFun box, but I actually like this one more. I feel like it does a better job, and I like the cherry scent, and so you could get it in your favorite scent. But I've really been enjoying that. I use that every time I have a shower. Just scoop some up, put it on my arms, and rub it in. But I find it does a very good job. Next is something that I picked up in the Sephora fall sale, which if you missed that video, I will put a link up in a card up there. It's my Clarisonic Mia. I took the brush off so you don't have to look at my disgusting brush head that is like foundation colored. So I got that in November, and I started using it in November. I use it every other day. Just because my skin is somewhat sensitive that I don't want to overdo it. But I haven't even had to charge this once. So I think that tells you that it holds a charge for a very long time. It is like a face massage. So just at the end of the day, it has like times. So like you start on your forehead and you go over here and then over here and over here, and it tells you like when to move. But like, oh, so nice at the end of the day. But I love it. And it just makes my skin feel so soft and wonderful at the end of the day. Can you tell that someone's sawing stuff right beside me? Very happy about it. And the last thing in beauty, I don't know if you can tell that my hair is a little bit curly, but I've kind of given up on straightening my hair now that it's so long. Just I find it's hard to get the back really nice, so I've been using the curling one that I mentioned in a favorites a little while ago, and have been doing like curls, waves in my hair. And the hairspray that I've been using is the Aussie Mega Hairspray Flexible Hold. So it's a huge can, and I just like go to town, and it holds it nicely. Sometimes it feels a little like crunchy when you first spray it, but if like I run my fingers through it, I can get rid of that, and it doesn't stick around all day, but it like smells so good and leaves it like flexible. I don't really feel it in it, and it holds it really nicely. So I would definitely recommend this if you like a flexible hold. but it does a really good job and it smells really good, and this can is gonna last me a while. I'm like not even halfway through this, I don't think. So that is everything for beauty. I'm gonna put this stuff back down. Next category is clothing, and I'm going to talk about this Old Navy Active Go Dry like long sleeve shirt. So I have the matching leggings, which made me kind of want to try this. But I've been I work out in my basement. So I always wear like, they're like thermal or like warmer leggings. So I wear those, and then I've been wearing just like a tank top with a sports bra and then that over top. And I find like when I run, don't wear that, but if I'm doing other workouts, I find that keeps me warm without being too hot. It's fairly thin, but it keeps me warm at the same time, so I definitely like that. And it's like stretchy, so I'm not like restricted in any movements. And it was really cheap. Like Old Navy always has sales, so it was a good decision. So that's clothing. And then food and drink, I have 2 recipes. So the first is from Tone It Up's 5-day detox that I did at the beginning of January. I have a weekend vlog where I talked about like my thoughts on it the day that I finished it, so I'll put a card up there for you. But one of the recipes from it was so good that I'm mentioning it in my favorites. It was called the Slimming Soup. So if you go to toneitup.com, you can get access to the recipes. They're free. But this soup was like a pureed soup, so it was carrot and red lentils and like onion and garlic and spices and like chopped stuff, and you just like simmer it for like 20 minutes and then throw it in the blender. And so it's like kind of thick, but it's really filling, and it has ginger in it, so it's like slimming, like metabolism boosting, but it's really good. Like we've actually made it after finishing the detox, so I think that goes to show that we liked it. And then the second recipe is from Cookie and Kate, the blog, which, surprise surprise, I use the recipe that's in the cookbook, but there is like a very similar recipe on her blog, so I will put a picture in of what it looks like and have all the links in the coordinating blog post that I'll link below. But it's a West African peanut stew, so it's really good. It has like, I think, sweet potato, peanut butter. So good. You can like serve it over rice. It's pretty good. Ethan really likes it, and I find myself being like, can we have that this week, please? Because it's really good, and it's good the day after. There's like chickpeas in it too, I think. It's just really like a nice hearty stew that's like different flavors than I feel like you'd normally have in a stew. But yeah, it's really good, and I would definitely recommend it. Well, that is it for this month's monthly favorites. Let me know what you guys enjoyed during the month of January in the comments below. And make sure to check out the coordinating blog post that's linked below for all the links and everything like that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you liked it, and subscribe for more. And I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.